Hey guys, how you guys doing? I hope you guys can share this video. I know that it takes a while. I know we're dealing with censorship as well, so it'll take a while for everybody to get the notification to let you know that I'm live. I want to talk to you about a particular comment that Pope Francis just made in regards to communism. He said that communists make the best Christians, and I could not disagree with him more. Now, I have known that Pope Francis, Argentinian, has been known to be a communist. The people in Argentina have stated several times that Pope Francis is, in fact, a full-blown communist. He supports communism. He supports socialism, 110%. So he's known for being a communist supporter. But it really breaks my heart and disappointment of the Catholic Church. I've been a Catholic all my life. I was born December 21st. My birthday is St. Peter's Day, and I grew up in Catholicism in Cuba with the Catholic Church. It was pretty much the only safe haven for somebody who was trying to escape communism in Cuba. And the only place where people that were trying to escape communism can feel safe and secure was to go to the Catholic Church. That was the place I felt secure, most. I felt, along with other Christians. And during that time, when I lived in Cuba, and still to today, in communism, you cannot talk about it. If you are a full-blown, if you're a Christian in Cuba, you will not hold any leadership position in the Communist Party. If you are a Christian in a communist country, especially in Cuba, you will not or ever hold a leadership position in the Communist Party. You are thought of as second-class citizen. But let me tell you a story of myself growing up in communism and also being a Catholic. During Christmas, and I was around 6 years old during this time, during Christmas, every Sunday, when we went to church to have a Sunday school with the other kids, they did this project to draw and paint the birth of Christ. And I was really good. I was really good at drawing and painting. I took my frustrations at the time as a kid, as a child growing up in communism, I took it into drawing. So I used to draw a lot. It would give me that escape from that misery. And so I drew a really nice picture painting of the birth of Jesus Christ. I was so proud of it. And I won the contest in the Sunday school, Catholic Sunday school. I used to love going there because they had this miniature birth of Jesus Christ, and it was a huge setup that they had put in place with rivers and mountains, and it was all miniature, and it was just really beautiful. It was about 24 feet long, and as a child, you kind of look at the whole thing and fantasize of this whole thing happening. So it was my escape. We didn't have Disney World or Universal Studios, none of that stuff. So to me, that was a place where I got to feel like that I was safe. So I took that picture, that drawing of the birth of Jesus Christ, to the school, and I wanted to show. I was so proud of it. I wanted to show it to my friends, and those who I called my friends. And I was talking to them. It was break time during the class, and I was talking to my friends. I can remember that. I can remember this as if it was today, like it just happened today. My memory is so good about this. I can still remember. I can still smell this class. I can still just visualize everybody, all their faces. And I was telling all my friends, during the break, how wonderful was Jesus and how wonderful is God, and you know, and I wanted to show him the picture of birth of Christ. And I was a kid, you know, you have to think about this. I was 6 years old, and I used to look into the you know, God and Jesus as like, you know, like Santa Claus. I thought of them as of, you know, you could pray to God, you could pray to Jesus, you could pray for anything, and he will give it to you. So that's how I was explaining as a child. I was explaining that to my friends in school. I was telling them, listen, if you believe in Jesus, if you believe in God, he will save you. He will make you happy, and he will get you anything you want. And my friends were like, well, can he give me a bicycle? Can he give me a baseball bat? And I said, he could do anything, man. It's Jesus, you know, God. And you know, and they're like, well, we never heard about him. And I was like, I know, but you know, I go to this school on Sundays, and you get to learn about him, and he existed, he died for our sins. And I'm trying to tell him as a kid, I'm trying to explain to him, and it's sort of, you know, a little bit exaggeration of Jesus and God, but as a child to my friends. And as I was telling the story, and I was so excited about it. The teacher catches me and takes the picture away from me and looks at it, and you can see her face just turning. Like just turning, I mean, I can see her just getting angry. And all of a sudden, she grabs me by my ear and takes me out of the car. Literally just drags me, picks me up from my feet. Literally almost ripped my ear off my face. And I'm just not, I'm in shock. I have no idea why this is happening to me. I'm 6 years old. I have no idea. We're in break. I'm just showing a picture. I have no idea why she's hurting me. And she's literally grabbing by my ear and dragging me to the principal at the time. And so they're asking me where did I get the picture and who drew the picture, and you know, and does my parents know about this, and why did I bring it to school, and literally interrogating me. And so the police comes, the police shows up, and I'm put on I'm put in this room, and I'm told to sit down and wait. And they keep coming back into the room, asking them if my father knew, my mother knew about this painting, this picture, and if they told me to bring it to school, and you know, and all these questions. And I was just crying the whole time because I didn't know what did I do wrong. What exactly did I do wrong, right? So you know, a couple hours later, my mom walks into the room, and she's crying in tears, and she starts yelling at me and says, why do you bring this to school? Why do you bring this painting? I have no idea what's happening to me. And I'm like, you know, why are you yelling at me? I didn't do anything wrong. You know, as a kid, you're trying to excuse yourself, like, but this is what I was taught on Sunday. And she's like, yeah, but you're not supposed to bring it to school. So, to tell you the story in very short terms, I mean, just to simplify a little bit, my father was almost in prison over this. My mom was almost in prison over this. My parents were almost sent to jail for me bringing a picture that I drew of the birth of Jesus Christ to school. I learned a valuable lesson when this happened to me. One was not to talk about Jesus and not to talk about God in school. And that, you know, and that I needed to keep my family safe. That, you know, you didn't have that type of freedom. So I learned a big lesson, and almost in a paranoia. I built this sort of paranoia during the time as I grew up in communism, that I couldn't trust nobody. I couldn't trust friends. I couldn't talk to them about, you know, my Sunday schools. I couldn't talk to anybody about God or Jesus unless they were Christians like myself. So when Pope Francis makes that comment about communism, communists are the best Christians, and all the Christians that have died and been killed in Russia, North Korea, Cuba, Vietnam, etc., for being Christians, because they've been murdered. I mean, thousands, if not millions, of people, Christians, have been murdered through communism. All right, just for being Christians. Russia killed hundreds of thousands for being Christians. And Cuba imprisoned so many I can't even come to terms. So at this point, and I have to say this a lot, I am no longer a Catholic. I can no longer support a religion that the leader of that religion not only is a hypocrite, because he's surrounded by walls, he's surrounded by all these billions and billions of dollars in gold and money, and yet you got people living in misery around the world, and he wants to call himself the Pope, the best Christian. You're not the best Christian in the world. You're not even a Christian. I don't know who you are. And anybody who says communists are the best Christians are my enemy, are literally my enemy. Communism is the worst thing that has happened to the world, and to Christians and to Christianity. So it really, that's all I got to share with you guys, that I'm no longer, a Catholic, practicing God. No, don't care to be. As long as Pope Francis is saying that kind of garbage and lies, then that's the leadership of the church, and the church wants to back it. Then good luck with that. You know what I'm saying? Good luck with that. And that's all, folks. Communism is the worst thing that has happened to the world, and to a lot of people, and to Christianity. All right. So and to all the Christians out there, Merry Christmas. I am glad that I live in the United States of America. I am glad that I could draw a picture of the birth of Jesus Christ and not go to prison for it. Thank you. Thank you for that. Okay. Thank you for the United States of America for giving me that freedom to do that. Thank you. Semper Fi, do or die. Guess so.